Okay, we are now live, so I'll have Mary welcome us in, and then if and Tom, you can make any. Okay.
This begins the deliberations for the City Planning Commission hearing on Monday, October 18th, 2021. During deliberation, commissioner members review cases and take action by voting. There is no participation by applicants or the public. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Mary. Tom Worth, legal counsel.
Yeah, Chairman, I just wanted to raise the issue on the first two items, which are zoning map amendments and you're making recommendations to the city council on whether to approve the zoning map amendments. Both these cases also, the applicants intend to apply for a special permit afterwards to try to obtain a special permit for use that would be permissible under the new zoning district that they proposed. And so this is all to say that you could endorse these zoning map amendments and turn down the special permit applications. One's not binding on the other. And also, that's all to say that in terms of evaluating the four criteria for the zoning map amendments, I'd like you to, please consider that it's not just as to this application or this special use, but that it addressed the fact that it's making a zoning amendment that allows for a whole menu of permissible uses and potentially special permit uses. So it's mainly to ask that, and you probably already inclined to do this anyway, but to make your findings based on the zoning map amendment itself and not presuming that the only thing that could be developed under it is the special permit items proposed.
All right, thank you, Tom. Appreciate that clarity. All right, we'll start with the first case. Case number 1M-003-21-22, 35 Shelbourne Road and 20 Elmerston Road, to amend the zoning map by rezoning properties at 35 Shelbourne Road and 20 Elmerston Road from R1, a low-density residential district, to C2, community center district, to facilitate the lot combination of the subject properties with 1737 Mount Hope Avenue, the demolition of a single-family dwelling and a commercial building, and the redevelopment of the site for a new construction of a one-story, 2,000 square foot, two-lane drive-through restaurant with associated parking lot. An action requiring City Planning Commission recommendation to City Council. Need a motion?
So moved.
Second,
Mr. Flower and Mr. Marlin.
Marlin.
Thank you. All right. Discussion. Concerns?
No, I think that the use along that particular area and having it aligned with the comp plan makes sense.
Mhm.
Yeah, the way the site's laid out, it makes sense to have this fit into what inevitably it's going to become. Those are my main thoughts. Again, zooming out from this particular use, knowing that there's a lot coming downstream in terms of approvals for this particular operator,
Mhm.
and instead focusing on what does this site really do and how is it going to function well with what the projected game plan is.
All right. Any other comments? Any other concerns?
If we
I
don't,
agree. Go ahead, Kim.
I was gonna say, if we don't approve this, it still goes to the zoning board just not without our recommendation, right?
Well, we either approve it or not. That's correct. Our recommendation.
Well, the recommendation is still, even if you recommend it against it, it'll still go to city council to decide. And they could approve it, but, accept your recommendations against and still approve it. But Yeah, this isn't a final decision. It's just making recommendations to city council. And then if there was a special, if it got approved by city council, then you would be reviewing an application in the future for a special permit to build drive-through. So this rezoning could be approved and the drive-through could still be
Denied.
disapproved. Yeah.
Okay, that,
Yeah, go ahead, Richard.
yeah, really all my concerns were actually based on how they're developing the site, but as a site as it is now, it's basically commercial and parking. So all it's doing is recognizing what it is.
Kim, any other questions?
I don't think so.
Yep.
Thanks,
Yes,
Dave.
go ahead, Milton.
No, I'm good now. Yeah, I think it's been addressed. Tom mentioned it a little bit and Kim also. Well, yeah, I agree. If the question becomes, can this site be used for the proposed project? Yes, the answer it almost has to be yes, because I don't see any reason why the site itself, as planning commission, and can the site be used for that? Then yes, so I agree.
Okay, what I'd like to do is let's go through quickly the requirements, A through D on the first page of the staff report. Requirement A, the consistency with the city's comprehensive plan and any other special adopted area plans. And I think that would be consistent.
Yes.
Yep.
And then B, the compatibility with present zoning and conforming uses of nearby property and the character of the neighborhood. Again, I think
Yes.
consistent with that, given the nature of what is being proposed.
Yeah, Richard said it best. It's already that.
Yeah,
Yeah. I
it is
agree.
what it is. And then C, suitability of uses proposed by the zoning amendment for the property affected by the amendment. And that would be yes.
Mhm.
And then D, availability of public services infrastructure generally suited and adequate for uses allowed within the proposed district. And I think the applicant
Yes.
said it best, that it's old neighborhood and it's consistent and that all those amenities are provided. All right, any other discussion, any other questions before we vote?
Yeah, just last thing, so it's on the record.
Mhm.
Hearing the letters of opposition and talking about, again, focusing on the use itself and just kind of reiterating that we're hearing those. And obviously they're always appreciated. Hopefully those folks have a chance to have their voice heard when this particular use and the special permits that associate with this thing are up and in front of various commissions and panels.
Yep, well, thank you so much, appreciate that. Any other questions or concerns? So basically, we're voting either to approve, make a positive recommendation to rezone these properties. All those in favor, and we'll do a numerical vote, starting with number 6. Or 1, I'm sorry.
Dave, you're number 6.
I know.
He's moving himself right up to the head of
There you
the.
go.
Yeah.
Got to have some benefits of being in the job.
As another code W last name, I like fight the power, alphabetical order is been tormenting us all our lives.
The first shall be last and the last shall be first.
Yeah.
Yes, Mr. Flowers.
Brad Flower, aye.
Kim Harding, aye.
Eugenio Marlin, aye.
Richard Mauser, aye.
Milton Pichardo, aye.
Dave Watson, aye. Okay, and so we have a 6-0-0. Oops. You turn your mic on, Mary. There you go.
I'm here. Okay. By a vote of 6-0-0, the motion poses in the affirmative.
All right, thank you so much, everyone. All right, we'll move on to case number 2. Case number 2, M-004-21-22, 36 Council Street. A request to amend the zoning map by rezoning the property at 36 Council Street from R1 Low Density Residential District to M1 Industrial District to facilitate a forthcoming proposal for outdoor storage to serve Rumar Steel, a steel fabrication business, an action requiring City Planning Commission recommendation to City Council. In the motion?
So moved, Marlin.
Flower
I'll
second.
second.
Thank you, Mr. Marlin. Thank you, Mr. Flowers. All right, discussion?
Uh-huh.
I think it makes sense. They own that land anyway, and together with that, they own also lot number 56 and 68. So we know where this is going eventually. So and I do. They keep a very nice place.
They do.
So, I think you go from an empty lot to something that is protected, and I think that's a good thing.
Agreed.
The narrative was compelling, talking about the particular use being a dominant use in the neighborhood itself. That is true. And I think in general, when you look at the history of how, zones and districts kind of like flex and pull, they do it in this little incremental way, right? So successful things grow, and that's great, and it moves and it pushes and it pulls, and it seems like a natural fit for that.
And I think that it's really consistent with the comprehensive plan, keeping and maintaining viable businesses within the community, within the neighborhood. And, I think historically they've been good neighbors, since 1980. So I think it's a bonus that they want to stay in the city. And I think this gives them an opportunity, to continue to do that.
Yeah.
All right. Any other discussion, any other concerns?
No, Richard, I would just like to point out that, I think they keep up their property really well. The fence being Corten's, like, it's basically going to be maintenance free, because they won't even though the arborvitae will grow into it, it won't matter. So, that's going to take care of itself. And the porous pavement means that most likely the arborvitae will get plenty of water, as opposed to if it was hard pavement and most of the water would be shunted away to a storm sewer.
Right.
So, yeah, seems like a decent expansion.
Super. All right. Any other discussion? Any other concerns? All right. Just quickly, let's go through the 4 requirements. Consistency with the city's comprehensive plan and other adopted special area plans.
Yes.
Yep. B, compatibility with the present zoning and conforming uses of nearby property with the character of the neighborhood.
Yes.
And then C, suitability of uses for the zoning amendment for the affected suitability of uses proposed by the zoning amendment for the property affected by the amendment. That'd be yes. And then D, availability of public services infrastructure generally suited and adequate for the uses within the proposed district. And yes, they already exist and pre-existing. All right, that being said, if no other comments, all those in favor of recommending the zoning map change at 36 Council Street, I'll start with Commissioner Flower.
Aye.
There's Commissioner Harding.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Marlin.
Richard Mauser, aye.
Pichardo, aye.
And Watson, aye. Look, Mary, you're on mute. There we go.
By a vote of 600, the motion passes in the affirmative.
All right, thank you. All right, we will now move to case number 3. Case number 3, E-007-21-22, 385 to 389 Webster Avenue to reestablish a beauty salon in a non-conforming vacant space of a non-conforming building operating 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. and actually requiring City Planning Commission approval. Motion?
I'll move it.
Thank you, Mr.
Second,
Pichardo.
Harding.
Thank you, Ms. Harding, seconded. All right, discussion?
Yeah, same. I think it's a good use for it. She's definitely been in the business for a while. She's providing a service for kids, really. She's not gonna wake up at 6 in the morning. She made that very clear.
I don't know why.
But yeah, I think it's a good use.
It's low intensity also, so you know,
Yes.
it's
Yeah, there doesn't appear to be any evidence of that the building has a historic value.
No.
And she seems to be willing to put investment into the building, both in the interior and exterior, even though she's just a tenant, which I thought was impressive, and the landlord was supportive.
Right.
It's been sitting vacant for a long time, so this at least puts it to use. And she's got workers who are with her, so I think she hits at least the compliance pieces separate from we haven't gone through the special permit standards, but there's no incongruous use that she's proposed based on those pieces.
Yeah.
And Anna and Mary may correct me on this one if I'm misremembering this. But non-conforming vacant will be allowed by right with comprehensive or with zoning map. There's some change, right? That if it's vacant but non-conforming, we can then do them. They have by right to go back into it. Is that right?
You're talking about the new zoning code?
Yeah. What was proposed?
I think that's what's proposed. I mean, it's
Gotcha.
still being vetted, but that would be amazing. I mean, I know the comprehensive plan, so the adopted Rochester 2034 calls for that. And so that's one way where this proposal aligns with that. And it seems like that's a proposed direction we're going.
Great.
Notice all the vague language I just used.
Yeah, I mean, it's been vacant since 14, so yay, somebody commercial is going to actually use it for, the reason it was built. Wonderful.
I think it's a low impact, type of use, so that's great. She did note that she's renting 2 chairs, so probably it'll be more than just the kids' hours. It'll probably be during the day too and all that. But again, you're not going to have a lot of people there. And there seems like there's, even adults coming in there, there's still going to be on-street parking available. So I don't see any issues there. And it's putting a vacant property back to use, and that's great.
Yep, I totally agree as well. Any other concerns, any other questions? All right, hearing none, ready to vote? So the vote will be to reestablish the beauty salon in non-conforming vacant space at 385, 389 Webster Avenue. All those in favor, Mr. Flower,
Hi.
Harding, aye.
Eugenio, I.
Richard Mauser, aye.
Pichardo, aye.
Watson, aye.
By a vote of 6-0-0, the motion passes in the affirmative.
All right, thank you all. Okay, and we'll have the last case number 4. Case number 4, E-008-21-22, 240 East Ridge Road, to establish a daycare center and actually requiring City Planning Commission approval. A motion?
Marlin, so move.
Thank you, Marlon.
Harding, second.
Thank you, Ms. Harding. All right, discussion.
Easy.
Easy,
Yeah.
you think?
Yeah.
I think,
The
I
only-
think, I think our question about the permanent play
Yes.
toys was
Got
eliminated
killed.
by saying not having
Yes.
any at all.
Yeah, that kept the tree where it was.
There you go. Unless the kids,
I know.
chop it down.
Poor kids in the summertime, what are they gonna do?
Well, at least they'll have some shade.
Yeah, some shade, yeah. So actually the play area is fenced grass.
Yes,
And that provides also some safety,
right, right.
so I think it's a great thing.
Yeah, and again, I think that basically makes null and void our concern about the compliance with the
Right.
site setback. So I mean, I think that's good to find that out. Any other concerns? Anything about the exterior doors or sidewalk or anything?
Well, I had, given that Ridge Road is right there,
Mhm.
to have like, the fence not extended to like the rear doors or whatever. So if kids got out, they couldn't go to this, you know what I mean? It's a safety thing, I think. But if they feel like they've got it managed right, I mean, it's their insurance, I guess,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Then it can be a completely separate enclosure. But I
Mhm.
would have thought they would have brought the fence along the back to close the back doors, to take in the back doors, so you could just, let the kids out and you wouldn't have to herd them, the whole herd, HERD.
Yes.
We're not going to get into child abuse on this.
Yeah. Thank you for that clarity.
Yeah. When it left my mouth, I realized I didn't enunciate well enough.
Yeah, and I think that they had some thought into what they wanted and basically provided that to us so for us to consider. All right, any other concerns for East Ridge Road? All right, so the motion will be to establish the daycare center at 240 East Ridge Road. All
And
those
so-
in favor-
I'm so
sorry.
sorry to cut you off. So you
No
are
problem.
willing to grant that waiver of the front yard daycare
Yes.
area?
Yes, and
Well-
basically because
Can
the
I-
Wasn't there presumption that there wasn't the need for waiver now?
Right.
because
Oh,
Yeah, all the comments that were made, if you want to
they said that there was
revisit it.
there was going to be nothing out there except for grass and maybe some toys, but no play equipment.
got it. Thank you.
Okay. All right, so
Just having the fenced yard requires the waiver.
Oh, okay.
you say that again, Eugenio?
No, so do you mind if I'm going to share my screen and pull up the staff report so we can all
Okay.
just read together. I think the way the code reads is no permanently installed play equipment shall be located in the required front yards.
Okay,
So no permanently installed play equipment is going to be in the front yard,
Right.
which is so
Nothing-
weird.
nothing to waive.
Nothing to wait, that's right.
Yeah,
So
that's
they-
why we said
Requirement.
poor kids.
Yeah,
have
they don't need a
nothing.
waiver for the fence though, right?
No, they don't need a
Okay.
waiver for the fence.
No.
Okay.
right. Everybody on board?
Yep.
Okay, all right, so we're basically voting to establish a daycare center at 240 East Ridge Road. All those in favor? Mr. Flower?
Red Flower, aye.
Eugenio,
Pardon?
I'm sorry. Jump the gun.
You're not me.
So excited to get to the bill scheme. Kim Clark, aye.
Eugenio Marlin, aye.
Richard Mauser, aye.
Sardo, aye.
And Mr. Watson, aye.
Okay, by a vote of 6-0, the motion passes in the affirmative.
All right, and that ends our deliberation. what
This
a-
concludes the City Planning Commission hearing on October 18th. We thank all participants, citizens, for their participation. The next scheduled hearing will be held on Monday, November 15th, 2021. This hearing is scheduled to be a virtual meeting and will be streamed live on the Mayor's Office YouTube channel.
It's looking like a short agenda next month, maybe one or
Oh.
two cases only.
Okay, that sounds good. Again, nice seeing everyone. Everybody be safe. Thank you for a good meeting. And welcome,
Happy
Mary.
Halloween.
Yes,
Thank you.
scare
Thank you.
them up.
If anybody wants to be scared in real life, I'm playing a show at Bug Jar on October 29th, and my music is pretty heavy and scary.
Scary. Thanks, Brad. Appreciate
I love
that.
how Brad just managed to do like a
Shameless
promo on the
plug.
mayor's office
Right.
YouTube channel.
Everywhere.
No, I know.
At the bug jar.
Very creative.
All right, everybody take care, be safe, and we'll see you next month.
Good
Thank
night.
you.
Bye-bye.
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 Good night.